Well, they both did very well, and it just depends on how you see the world. A couple ways to look at this. This would be, if you look at polls, and I'm only talking about polls. If you look at the political polls, this would be a bit like two candidates getting up or two politicians getting up and talking about abortion. Americans are split down the middle on this, 50-50. In fact, as recent polls suggest, they're more split down the middle on this issue than they are on the issue of abortion. So if somebody like me looks at the speech, somebody concerned more about national security, I'm going to look and agree with Dick Cheney, and I'm going to hear things that President Obama said that I just don't agree with. And of course, the opposite could be true for you, perhaps, or somebody that has a different worldview that's more concerned about the morality of our foreign policy. Of course, you care about national security, and I care about morality. It's just the emphasis. And you know what was very interesting? Willie Geist is, of course, a big movie buff. He worked in Hollywood for 43 years before coming on Morning Joe. Yeah. This scene yesterday, and I've asked Pete Breen to pull it, and I'm serious here, this comes straight out of A Few Good Men. The reason why Sorkin's closing scene there with Jack Nicholson on the stand works so well is, of course, we were all rooting for the young, attractive Tom Cruise, just like more Americans are probably rooting for President Obama. But at the same time, what was said on that stand by Nicholson? You want me on that wall. You need me on the wall. As grotesque as my existence may seem to you, basically, kid, the reason why you can come in this courtroom and prosecute me is because of the things that I'm doing on that wall while you're having your cocktail party and your idle chatter in Washington, D.C. And I was struck by that contrast. I'm certainly not saying that President Obama is Tom Cruise or Dick Cheney is Jack Nicholson in that scene, but again, I think about Sorkin's writing there, and what makes it so good is, as a screenwriter, he understood that fundamental friction. And this, of course, is before 9/11, going back 200 years, about national security versus our highest ideals. And that was played out again yesterday on TV and was absolutely fascinating.